Hello, my name is Subhash, and in this video I'm going to teach you AMP model. This AMP stands for Assessment, Mitigation and Performance. AMP model. So this video will be useful to the students, adult learners and anyone who is interested in learning more about bias management. And before I start talking about this AMP model, I want to define the bias management. So bias management is defined as a system or process to control biosafety and biosecurity risks associated with the handling, storage and disposal of biological agents, their derivatives and toxins. Okay, so in order to make sure that all the laboratorians are safe, the people those are around the laboratory are safe, and the surrounding environment is safe, to make sure that it will not be contaminated. So for this purpose we should have the robust bias management at the organization, where the biological agents, their derivatives and toxins are handled. So here the organization, those are working on the research and development, where these microbial agents are handled, or their derivatives and toxins are handled. So it's the responsibility of these organizations to ensure all the operations are done safely and securely, to not only protect the laboratorians but the surrounding people, and to avoid the contamination of the environment. So the ultimate aim is to mitigate the risk, or to bring down the risks, in sense of the biosafety risks and biosecurity risks. So for this purpose we can use the bias management system, and there are some approaches those are utilized to implement the bias management effectively and efficiently. One of the approach is PDCA, Plan Do Check Act, and that if you want to learn more about that one, you can see that another video here. And another approach is AMP model. AMP model, this assessment, mitigation and performance. So by implementing the bias management, so all the organizational stakeholders should be on the same page, and because if everybody is getting actively involved, then system becomes better. So because while implementing this bias management system, because we are putting in lots of time, we are putting lots of resources, we also need to have the continual oversight on the operations or the research activities to mitigate the risk. In addition to that one, the financial input is also there. Then on top of that one, lots of team effort is there. So to make sure that biosafety and biosecurity risk is mitigated, all stakeholders, those are working in that organization, especially the research and development activities in which the biological agents, their derivatives and toxins are handled. So all of them should be on the same page to implement bias management effectively and efficiently. So bias management can be divided into three components. What are these three components? These are the three components: assessment, mitigation and performance. And this one is assessment, mitigation, performance. This one is a very broad area, and easily 3 hours or more than 3 hours we can talk about this AMP model. However, I am going to summarize this AMP model in very short time. So this little bit about this background, because this AMP model was first time articulated by the WHO, the World Health Organization. And this AMP model looks simple, but this one is very useful and very useful tool to implement the virus management, or to identify the loopholes in the system to make it better and reduce the biosafety and biosecurity risks. So altogether there are three components: assessment, mitigation and performance, and all these three components are addressed collectively. And in addition to that one, you have to keep in mind, so this AMP model also serves as a framework to structure and implement the activities of the virus management for the minimization of the biosafety and biosecurity risks. So this is the outline of the AMP model. It's just like a tripod. For example, if the one leg is broken, so that tripod will not be able to stand. So similarly, all these assessment, mitigation and performance, all these three components serves as three pillars for the virus management. So this assessment is the first fundamental component, or is the first pillar for the AMP model for the virus management. And in assessment, you need to find out what are the risks in the laboratory, and bear in mind the risk assessment should be done separately for the biosafety and biosecurity. And as a part of that one, so you will be able to find out what are the hazards. What is meant by hazard? Hazards are source or situations or acts that has potential to cause the harm. And you also, as a part of the biosecurity assessment, you need to identify the threats. Threats means people. Maybe in the company or institution or university, some people or some staff do have bad intentions, and we have to make sure that they will not get hold of these biological agents, their derivatives or the toxins. Those are used in the laboratory for the research and development purpose. So as a part of assessment, the team need to identify the hazards as well as the threats, and this assessment should be done separately for the biosafety and biosecurity. Once the assessment is done, then the next step is the mitigation. So mitigation is the second pillar of the virus management, second fundamental component of the AMP model. And here you need to decide what types of the actions and control measures should be implemented to mitigate the risks. I'm talking about the biosafety risk and biosecurity risk. And this mitigation completely depends on quality of the assessment. If the assessment is not done properly, or if the assessment is not robust, then mitigation may not work. So this one, all this assessment, mitigation and performance is interdependent. So assessment should be robust. Then and then you can take the right actions and control measures to mitigate the biosafety risk as well as biosecurity risk. So this one, keep in mind, this one entirely depends on risk assessment. So risk assessment should be robust. And as a whole, this one is just one component, because only you cannot make mitigation only effective. So all these three components should be effective, and all these three components, assessment, mitigation and performance, all these three components are equally important for the success of laboratory virus management. Okay, so once the mitigation part is done, means you have decided what type of the actions or what type of control measures you want to implement to mitigate the risk. Then next step is a performance. So this performance, this one is a third pillar of the biorisk management, or you can say third component of the AMP model, and this one is equally important as assessment and mitigation. So you cannot just make this component the best. Assessment should be robust, mitigation is dependent on the assessment quality, and after that one, performance. So this one is the third pillar, and this performance helps you to identify, assess the organization's ability in implementing the biorisk management program. Because if there are frequent accidents in the lab, there are frequent spillage of the biological agents in the laboratory, that means something is wrong in the laboratory. Maybe people are not trained properly, or maybe they are not following the SOPs, or maybe they are careless. I mean, there are a number of factors, but some are highlighted. So this performance highlights how biorisk management is doing, how that organization is doing, and you can see what are the control measures taken to minimize the biosafety and biosecurity risks, whether they are working or not. Because in mitigation, you are taking appropriate actions and control measures. So in the performance stage, you have to find out these actions and control measures are working or not, and how effectively they are working. So this stage performance will help you to identify the efficacy of these control measures as well as actions. And you can also get an answer, or you will find out whether the strategies which you have used for the mitigation, whether these strategies are working or not. Okay, so to summarize this AMP model, so this AMP stands for assessment, mitigation and performance, and this one needs to be repeated again and again. Depends on the project, depends on the organization, depends on the risk level. So if there is no much risk in that organization and everything is going smoothly, then maybe annually it can be done, the risk assessment, by using this assessment, mitigation and performance. But if the some sensitive, or some not sensitive, but high risk biological agents are handled in the research and development, you have a new projects where there is a high risk, so then time to time you have to do risk assessment, depends on the situation or depends on the project, or there are multiple factors. So it depends on the situation. Keep in mind, risk assessment when you should do, it should be annually or 6 monthly or quarterly. It will depend on the situation in that organization. The new projects, those are funded by different funding agencies when the new project comes. So the Institutional Biosafety Committee can do the risk assessment before the work starts. Okay, so this is all about the AMP model, assessment, mitigation and performance. Excuse me. So similarly, like PDCA cycle, so this AMP model also have the similar benefits. So in the process, the organization becomes better because this assessment, mitigation, performance. So this cycle helps in the continual improvement of the procedures, practices, and at the same time, the people, those are working in that research and development program, on the biorisk management program, so they also becomes better in the process, and it also helps to avoid the mistakes, in other words, to avoid the repetition of the mistakes. Because when you are using certain actions and control measures under the mitigation, you will know they are working or not. And when you will repeat again and again, so this AMP model can also help you to avoid or prevent the repetition of the mistakes. And in the process, the virus management program gets better and better, and this AMP model serves as a wonderful tool for the refinement of the virus management program in the organization. So as a whole, so this AMP model helps in boosting the biosafety and biosecurity in the organization. So time to time I'm posting the videos. So if you want to learn more about some interesting topics in virus management and others, maybe you can subscribe. So you can subscribe to my channel so you can see all the videos. And until then, please take care and stay safe. Thank you very much for watching.